Jackson Jobe's four-seam arrives at 98.0 miles an hour, and Junior Caminero is built to meet that velocity. Jobe throws his primary offering more than anything else in his arsenal. Opponents have slugged .640 against the four-seam, although that result comes from a small sample. That forces Tampa Bay to be ready for premium speed at the top of the zone. The unresolved part is whether Jobe can keep challenging with his primary pitch or must lean harder on the slider and change. At Comerica Park, Jobe starts for Detroit against Tampa Bay left-hander Ian Seymour. The Rays are slight favorites at -126, and the total is 7.5. Tampa Bay's projected lineup rarely strikes out against right-handed pitching, so Jobe cannot assume his velocity will create quick outs. The Rays also bring patience and solid damage against righties. That combination matters because Jobe needs hitters to expand against the slider and change when his velocity does not finish the plate appearance. Tampa Bay is equipped to extend at-bats until he has to return to the zone. Caminero is the center of that plan. He has slugged .500 against fastballs 95 miles an hour and up across a meaningful sample, so Jobe's velocity does not automatically move Caminero onto the defensive. Jobe likes the four-seam above the zone, while Caminero has consistently produced hard contact against elevated velocity. If Jobe misses down from his intended target, Caminero can turn premium speed into damage, rather than merely surviving it. Tampa Bay is not relying on Caminero alone. Yandy Diaz owns an excellent average against right-handed pitching, giving the Rays a contact bat who can put Jobe into stressful counts before the power arrives. Jonathan Aranda adds a left-handed look, and Jobe has been more vulnerable to lefties, but that split still comes from limited work. Diaz can win through contact, Caminero can win through velocity, and Aranda can test the handedness split. That is why Tampa Bay has several ways to make Jobe uncomfortable. Detroit gets a different assignment. Seymour carries a 29.6% strikeout rate, and his primary change has held hitters to modest damage over a meaningful sample. He can use the change below the zone, then move the four-seam upstairs and make hitters cover opposite heights. Detroit cannot simply wait for one obvious pitch. The Tigers need Seymour to leave the sweeper or sinker in the middle of the zone. There is a complication in Seymour's profile. Left-handed hitters have slugged .540 against him across 144 plate appearances. That is a real reverse split, not the traditional handedness pattern. But the highlighted Detroit threats here are right-handed, so the Tigers are not perfectly built to attack the side Seymour has struggled with most. Detroit has an opening, but its most visible bats must create it through pitch selection rather than handedness alone. Dillon Dingler offers the strongest pitch-specific answer among those right-handed bats. He has slugged .530 against the four-seam across 132 at-bats, and his season results against the sweeper also show damage potential. Eduardo Valencia has flashed power against left-handed pitching, but his sample remains limited and the strikeouts are a concern. Hao-Yu Lee brings another right-handed look without the same impact profile. Detroit needs Seymour's secondary pitches to leak over the plate. Tampa Bay can attack Jobe's primary weapon directly. Comerica Park is playing as a neutral run environment, but the wind is working in from center and reducing home run carry. That slightly favors balls in play and gap contact over a game built entirely on home runs. Detroit's bullpen is taxed, while Tampa Bay's relief group has moderate availability. The conditions trim the power ceiling, but Detroit's bullpen workload keeps late scoring in play. Tampa Bay is better set to score because Caminero can handle Jobe's velocity and the projected Rays lineup makes contact, while the 7.5 total looks reasonable rather than low. So if you're turning that read into a card, Junior Caminero over 1.5 total bases captures the velocity matchup, and Yandy Diaz over 1.5 hits covers Tampa Bay's contact piece. Detroit's case is narrower, so Dillon Dingler over .5 hits is the Tigers' leg because his results against Seymour's pitch shapes give him the best fit. Every prop tells the same story. Tampa Bay can attack Jobe's main offering, while Detroit needs Dingler to catch a secondary mistake. For a deeper look at this matchup, or any other game on the slate, you can explore the data and build your own parlays at ParlayBuilder.ai.